Hey YouTube, thanks for checking out RV Daydream. And guess what? We have another power station to check out. This one's the biggest one I've ever experienced.
What have you been up to?
I've been riding on a daydream. TACKLIFE is a company that's been in business since 2015, so basically 5 years. I guess they started off with just a limited number of people, and they make or design a whole slew of things. They said they have like a team of 100 designers at this point, which I don't know how much of that really translate into product. I don't know how many designers are needed to make stuff, but 100 seems like a pretty large number. So they've been making portable power stations for a while now, and this is their newest, their biggest, their best that they offer. And so far, the little bit that I've seen about it looks pretty impressive compared to the other ones that I've looked at. This one has a lot more features. One of them that I'm really excited about, which we'll talk about. Had to cut the tape to release all this. The packaging is nice, but the package, it's kind of heavy. It's a little bit on the heavy side. I don't consider this to be something that you may want to be bouncing around with. Definitely not a backpack item. Okay, so first thing is, before we get into that, there's a big envelope filled with all kinds of goodies, I imagine. Yeah, you actually have a booklet, and here's the whole line. You can see there's quite a bit of lineup of these things. I can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of them, other than the one that we're getting ready to look at. Warranty. Let's talk about the warranty right away, since they're going to put it on the card here. And it's kind of funny. I'm going to give you the link to Amazon for this thing. The link will be in the description. Click on it. If I have any kind of discount code, I will also provide that. A lot of times, though, what these manufacturers do, what I found, is once they release the product, after it's been on Amazon just for a short time, they have online sales on Amazon. And it'll tell you right in their description, it'll say discount code. And they knock a lot of money off. Usually on something like this, they'll knock $15 to $40 off. So pay attention to that. So you see here's a flow chart, pretty simple, straightforward. It's got a 24-month limited warranty and lifetime technical support. I found a warranty card in the box, and I need to tell you about that. Your warranty includes 30 days money-back guarantee. So within the first 30 days you purchase, you're allowed to return your product for a full refund. 30 days, which is at the end of that 30-day mark, to 3 months, they will replace the defective unit due to manufacturer fault with a new one. If you register on their website, they will give you another 3 months in addition to that. So you have 6 months if you register online that they'll replace the unit. If it's a true defect and you have a real fault, 6 months. From that point on, so from the 6 month on to 24 months, they'll provide timely and effective online after-sales service of the purchase. So if you have an issue, that goes to 2 years. And of course, they give you all kinds of information. You give them a call, you talk with them on the phone, or you can do support at TACKLIFE.com. You'll get an RMA number, and that's it. I mean, the RMA number, it pretty much explains it all at that point. So I did want to cover the warranty. I missed this initially when I unpacked it. So the user manual, quite thick. And let me see how many pages you actually get of instructions before they switch to another language. And there's 14 pages. So 14 pages of instructions in this booklet. So I'm sure it'll cover everything that you need there. Let's go ahead and see what's in the box. This is a USB-C to USB-C. This is your cigarette lighter charging port. All right, so here we have the infamous MC4 connectors to go direct to a solar panel. Now, if you guys remember, I just did a review not that long ago of a folding solar panel. So this could be used in conjunction with that. Or you could do one of the big folding. I have a big Renogy solar panel. They would also work on that. Or traditional. So basically your solar panel connects to this, and then this plugs into the portable power station. The nice thing is, this thing, like most of them, have a MPPT controller built into it to get the most use out of that solar panel. And I'm assuming this will be the brick here to power from a household outlet. And there's the cord that plugs into the brick. So once that's plugged in, it goes right into the wall, and you can charge it that way, which we'll show you what that looks like here in a little bit. So I'll go ahead and plug that in. So now for the station itself. I have to say that the foam packaging, this dense foam, is definitely protective on a high level. And then the charger, that's kind of nice. It's all wrapped up. Yeah, this is definitely heavier than the ones I've had in the past, and there's got to be a battery in here to do all this work. So that's why they have these handles now for the fat-fingered. I'm the perfect hand model for fat fingers to let you see how hard it is to do stuff. On the front here, you're going to see all those ports that you have the ability to use to gain power, but you're going to have some ports that also put power back in. Those are going to be on the back side. So let's go ahead and look at the front first. You have your DC out, which this is a 12 volt 3 amp. Same with this. A lot of times I see these connectors, and you could probably buy them online, not from this manufacturer necessarily, but as just kind of like a Radio Shack thing, because Radio Shack's closed. Amazon seems to be the place everybody goes for these universal connectors, and this will allow you to connect directly up to 3 amps. Again, you might have a situation you want to utilize that, but I don't ever really find a lot of situations myself that I use it, but they do include it, which is nice. 12 volt 10 amp. This is the traditional power port that everybody uses for a lot of stuff. So that's not anything that's out of the ordinary. It is 10 amps. I've talked about 10 amps in the past. 10 amps is a lot of energy, a lot more than you think. And then, of course, you have your standard outlets. This is telling me that they're 300 watt outlets. 300 watts, that's a lot of power too. Not enough necessarily to run like a portable heater or anything like that, but you can definitely run a fan for quite a while. Then you have these here. Now they call this the PD 45 watt. This is the USB-C to USB-C cord that they include with the unit that you can use to, at 45 watts, charge a device or run a device. Then you have your traditional 5 volt 3 amp, 5 volt 3 amp, these USBs, and they give you 4 of them. So between this one here and these 4, you ultimately could have 5 different things plugged in, being powered directly or charging directly. Of course, you can see the buttons for AC and DC in the power. So then we're going to talk about the back side, then I'll show you one more output that I love. Now on the back side, here's your input. This is going to be either with the cord that's included, the brick, the power brick. That'd be this here. Or you can use your cigarette lighter or power port. You can plug it directly into your car and then into here. Or those solar panels can be plugged into here. I like that they simplified it. They made one connector with a bunch of different power sources that all plug in one spot, so you know that's where it goes. And then you have a light. So let me turn it on so you can see what the light looks like. And that's it. Did I blind you guys? A little bit dimmer. And of course the old emergency flash. One more output I want to talk about though, that you didn't necessarily see, or it looks obvious. Check this out. Wireless charging right up on top. Is that awesome or what? If you're going to charge this thing, you know, with the port on the back, if you use 120 watt solar panels, it's going to take, with full sun, about 6 hours to power this thing up, to repower it, I should say. The AC wall charger, that's this here, if you plug that into the back, you're talking 6 to 8 hours. So about the same time frame there. And as far as you plugging into a car, again, the only way this is going to get fully charged is if somehow you have 24 volt power port inside your car. I know there's some utility vehicles out there that have that, but most cars not. So it will recharge this battery, but it will not fully recharge it. For a 40 watt fan, this will power for roughly 9 hours. It's saying 9 hours off of one of these ports to run just a 40 watt fan. A 60-watt laptop, it'll go 7 hours. A CPAP, it'll work for about 3 to 5 nights. So if you got CPAP wearers out there, 3 to 5 nights out of this thing. A phone, of course, a 3,000 milliamp battery on a phone. They're talking about this thing going 35 plus recharges. That's expected. Look how big this thing is. You know the battery in here is pretty monstrous. And then a drone, which is a 10,000 milliamp. They're saying you can charge that about 9 times off of this thing before you need to worry about it. Now, as far as the weight on this, they're talking about 14 pounds, 13.6 to be exact. Might as well say 14 pounds. And like I said, it's pretty heavy. It's not a small unit for that reason. It does have cooling fans in it. And as far as the output for the wireless charge up top, I'm sure you're going to ask, 10 watts. You got a 10 watt output on that one. So let's go ahead and turn this on and see what kind of display we have here. Well, that is much nicer than the ones that I've looked at before. This is a very high quality display. You see 20%, 40%, 60%, and 80%. I know that this probably doesn't translate well on the camera. You might get flickering or something like that. But that is a very nice display. And then you can see your input in watts. You can see your DC, which is showing off. Your AC is showing off. Let's go ahead and turn the DC on. And once I do that, it goes from DC off to DC on. And of course, the light comes on here. And it doesn't mean I have to turn that off. I can also turn on the AC. Check that out. AC on. And then again, it's showing what the output is at that point. Okay, so I went ahead and plugged it into the wall, and you can see here, it's flashing, showing that it's a solid 60%, but the 80 to 100% is being, well, that's like 85 watts it's pulling that it's charging this up with. So I put the phone on there, and it immediately started charging. That's kind of cool. Let's see what it says as far as the output. Yeah, it's telling me that it's taking 7 watts of DC power to charge my phone. Again, I love this display. This is one of the nicest units that I've definitely checked out. I mean, I'm surprised how graphic this is and how specific it is. It's showing me the wattage down to the 3rd position. So let's go ahead and try to find something that we might be able to plug in here and get some sort of a reading AC wise and see what that looks like. There we go. So now you can see all of the output that's going on there and what it reads like. And I'm telling you that the display is probably the most that I'm impressed with. But the fit and finish and everything, this is a plastic. This is a hard plastic, like an ABS plastic. All except for this here, this rubber stuff that's going on. This is all rubber, and it's like, it's a pretty soft rubber. I'm sure it's very durable. However, it's hard to tell with these. So that's one of the advantages of having the fact that this has, you know, a 2-year warranty. 2 years, think about that. So if you're looking for a portable power station, this might be up your alley. I mean, just go ahead and do all your research that you need. Remember, again, the only thing that you can really tell about these companies whenever you get a product like this, it could be name and reputation if they've been out for quite a few years. This one's been out, from what I can tell. This company, like I said, they've been doing stuff since 2015. They may not be heavy in the U.S. market at this time. As far as product lasting over a period of time, I could hook up my heater on this and cause problems for this, no problem at all. I mean, it wouldn't be an issue to where I could make this thing fail. So I don't really look at the longevity of things and trying to show what you could get away with. It's one of those things that all the power stations that I use, if I have a problem, I will revisit and let you know. But for the most part, the reviews on this have been really good. The company's contact, as far as getting in touch with them, very easy, not a big deal at all. And again, the best thing about it that I can find is they want 100% satisfaction is what the warranty says on their booklet, and it's for 24 months and lifetime tech support. So if you have any problems through the life of this thing, you can always call tech. But for 2 years, I bet you get a lot of use out of this. 2 years under warranty. So if this is something that you're looking for, do your research, do your homework, check out my other reviews, click the link in the description. It'll bring you right to this unit. check out what the sale price is. And if I have any kind of a discount code, it will also be down in the link already. I appreciate you guys watching, and as always, we hope to see you out there. Bye.